Hello everyone, welcome to Kitchen Garden Therapy. Today I'll be unboxing two of my orders with live plants. Let me start with the smaller one. This one I ordered from Etsy.com and it has 3 different plants. I like the way it's packaged, really nice. Each of them is separate. So this one is organic comfrey. I started some comfrey from seed, but it's so small I decided to order a bigger one. Another one is goldenrod, and the third one is air potato. So let me open them up and we will start with this air potato. So I was watching Garden Tour by Ruth from Fi Hollow Homestead, and she is growing air potatoes. It is also known as cinnamon vine, and it produces aerial tubers that look like potatoes and also underground tubers that are edible. Very exciting, and as you can see, it's packaged really nice. And I received 2 of them. They're supposed to grow really fast, like a foot a day, once established, of course. So I'm really happy to try growing this beautiful plant. Let me know in the comments if you've tried growing air potato. So I've started some Russian comfrey from seed, and it's growing so slow, taking so long, that I've decided to find another comfrey as a live start, and this is a true comfrey. It's also known as common comfrey. And a third plant I ordered is goldenrod, which is a great pollinator plant. It is also a medicinal plant, and as you may know already, I am an herbalist, so I like growing my own medicinal herbs. So these were 3 herbs I ordered from Etsy. And now I'll do unpacking of my bigger order from Companionlands.com. It's a great company. I think they're based in Ohio State, and they have a great choice selection of different pollinator plants, companion plants, medicinal, and they're not expensive. Like each plant is approximately $4 or $5. Some are $6. Compared to some local nurseries and garden centers, these are great prices. So I got like 20 different plants. I couldn't stop adding to my shopping cart because all of them were so interesting and unique. So let me show you what I got. So the first one I got is called celandine, which is a common perennial plant of the buttercup family. It has yellow flowers, and it's a great medicinal plant, traditionally used for digestive issues, and I'm very happy I got my hand on it. And it came in a pretty good shape. I hope it likes my backyard. Next one is St. John's wort, and I already have one variety of St. John's wort. It's a dwarf variety, but I wanted to get the true St. John's wort because this one is more medicinal. It's a great pollinator shrub with a ton of yellow flowers. As I can see, this one is pretty healthy. It is traditionally used for depression, insomnia, and other conditions. Next is a New Jersey tea, which is a native plant to most of the Midwest where I live. And it's also known as red root, and it's been used by Native Americans to treat different diseases. And the dried leaves of New Jersey tea make a flavorful tea that was popular during the Revolutionary War. Another great medicinal plant is colt's foot. In my native language, which is Ukrainian, we call this plant mom and the stepmom. I don't know why they call it this way, but this medicinal plant is being used as a natural remedy for a lot of inflammatory conditions, things like asthma, even the common flu. So I'm really happy that I got this plant into my garden. Next plant that I got is Verbena officinalis. I think it's called here vervain. It is also related to blue vervain that's native to North America, and lemon verbena, which is a popular cooking herb that I have growing too in my garden. Unfortunately, lemon verbena is not as hardy as Verbena officinalis. Another great plant is called spilanthes, but it's known as a toothache plant because chewing on its leaves and flowers helps with toothaches. And I've tried it before on myself when I was a teenager, and it definitely works. Unfortunately, this plant is not a perennial to my zone, which means I have to make sure to replant it every year, or I am hoping it will self-seed. Now this plant is probably most familiar to all of you. It is chrysanthemum, also known as mums, but this one is an edible chrysanthemum where you can use flowers, stems, and leaves in cooking, and it's also a medicinal plant, so win-win. Another great herb is famous among those who take supplements. This is gotu kola, which is traditional Chinese herb, and a lot of people know it as a great nervine plant. I am really happy I am capable of growing this now. I'm so excited that I can add this to my perennial garden, and I hope it will survive. Look at this, so healthy looking, and it also has buds. I hope they don't drop. Next is laurel-leaved sage, also known as Salvia laurata. This medicinal variety of sage makes a great evergreen ground cover, and it's also, like other salvias, provides excellent landing platform for bees. Next plant I received is a butterfly weed, the original form of it. I have some cultivated butterfly weed growing in my garden, but I'm not sure of the medicinal properties of the other one. So I'm really excited I got my hand on the original butterfly weed, which is a great pollinator and medicinal plant. Now this plant doesn't need much of introduction for the gardeners community. Most people know this. It's mullein, a very famous plant. A lot of people have it growing in their gardens for a lot of different purposes. It's a great soil builder, great pollinator because it grows tall and has a lot of flowers along the stalk. It's very similar to lamb's ears. The only thing is lamb's ear is low and this one grows tall. Another plant that is kind of famous, Stachys officinalis, known as betony. And in my local garden center, I purchased one cultivated version of betony, and it looks great. It grows well in my garden, but it's not the medicinal one, so I had to get the real betony. Another plant I got is a golden seal, which is a very popular plant from the buttercup family, and it's one of the most known natural herbs that you can buy on the market today. If you have never heard of golden seal, you may have heard of ground raspberry, orange root, jaundice root, or even eye balm, but its proper name is golden seal. Another plant is bearberry, and I'm so excited I finally got it because I have it growing in where I'm from, in Carpathian Mountains of Ukraine. And when I came to United States, I thought the same plant is lingonberry. So I got the lingonberry, and then I realized it's not the one. They're actually two non-related plants. They look very similar, but lingonberry grows upwards and bearberry grows like crawling, and the leaves are a little bit different. They have the similar berries though. They're dark red. Next plant is a mugwort, and mugwort is very similar to motherwort. The leaves are kind of same looking. but they have different medicinal properties. So that's why I've decided to get the mugwort, even though I already have motherwort growing. Next herb is another famous one. It's called arnica, and I remember picking arnica when I was a kid. It's a great medicinal plant. It grows in mountain areas. The real name is Arnica montana. It's hard to grow Arnica montana here, so I got the native to States Arnica. Hopefully this variety will grow well here. Do you like marshmallows? Well, then meet marshmallow plant. This plant is the ancestor of the modern marshmallows. French chefs discovered that the sap from the roots of this plant can be whipped with sugar and egg whites to create the sweet, moldable treat. Unfortunately, now marshmallows are not made with the root of this plant. Next is soapwort. It's a multi-purpose perennial herb, and as the name suggests, soapwort has long been used to make detergent and soap thanks to the saponins in the roots and leaves, and they create bubbles. But this plant has been also used as medicinal and ornamental. Next plant is Russian licorice. Licorice is found on all continents but Antarctica, and it has been used by humans for thousands of years as medicine and flavoring, and it has other benefits too. It's a nitrogen fixer and dynamic accumulator. We're almost done here, and the next plant is Hoitunia cordata, which is also known as chameleon plant. And it's a great edible plant and also a medicinal. Good to have in every garden. And look, it's so interesting that it came with a flower, a little tiny flower. I'm very excited. The whole plant looks very healthy, so I hope it will grow well in my garden. And the next plant is called Illinois bundle flower, which is native to United States, and it's from the legume family, which means it's a great nitrogen fixer. It is also a great pollinator plant and a medicinal plant. And it looks cool too. It has these ferny looking leaves. And the last plant I received is called horehound, which is an herb from mint family, and it looks quite a bit like the mint. It has crinkled, slightly hairy leaves. It's a very hardy perennial, I think down to zone 4, and it has an interesting history of medicinal uses. They make cough syrups and cough drops with this plant. So here they are, all 25 herbs I received today from 2 different companies. I'm really excited to try growing them in my garden. I really like them all, but I'm most excited about this mullein and bearberry. Bearberry is, I remember it from my childhood, so I'm really excited to grow it, and also this edible chrysanthemum. Thank you so much for staying with me during this unpacking and watching. See you next time. Bye.